Ava Beaumont leaned against the bathroom sink inside the elegant rooftop restaurant, staring at her reflection. Her curls were pinned perfectly, her red dress hugged her frame just right, and the diamond earrings her mother insisted she wear sparkled under the golden lights. She looked like every tabloid headline she hated, the Beaumont heiress, the hotel princess, the billionaire's daughter, but tonight wasn't supposed to be about any of that. Her best friend Maya had set her up on a blind date, insisting, "Ava, you need a normal guy. Someone who doesn't know your last name. Someone who doesn't want your money." Ava agreed. She was tired of lies, gold diggers, business proposals disguised as romance. She longed for something real, or at least something not soul-crushing. She took a deep breath and stepped back into the dining area. Her date was waiting. Greg. Handsome, sharply dressed, confident smile. At first glance, he seemed nice. That lasted about 5 minutes. "So, you live in the city?" he asked, swirling his wine. "Yes," Ava answered, offering a small smile. "What do you do for work?" "Oh, hospitality." It wasn't a lie. Her father owned a chain of luxury hotels. She just didn't specify she was the heiress. Greg leaned forward. "You look familiar, you know. Like, I've seen you somewhere." Ava stiffened. "Please no," he snapped his fingers. "Wait. Beaumont Hotels. That's it, isn't it? Your last name is Beaumont, right?" Ava froze, her stomach sank. She shook her head quickly, forcing a light laugh. "No, no. You must be thinking of someone else." But Greg kept staring at her like he was appraising a rare piece of art. "Well, even if you're not that Beaumont," he said, lowering his voice, "you've definitely got the look of someone who knows money." Ava swallowed. She looked at her plate. She wanted to leave. She wanted to rewind time. She wanted this night to be normal, but Greg kept talking. He complained about his ex, bragged about his crypto profits. Explained how he deserved more recognition. How he'd soon be wealthy. How he needed the right woman by his side. Then he reached across the table, placing his hand on hers, firm, entitled. "You know," he said, his tone shifting darker, "women like you need someone strong. A man who takes control. A man who knows how to handle a woman with taste." Ava gently pulled her hand away. "Greg, I don't think," he cut her off, voice rising. "Look, I'm not asking. I'm telling you, you and I would be good together." Ava stood up, her chair scraping loudly. "I'm leaving." His face twisted into something she would later call dangerous. "You think you're too good for me," he snapped. "You came here alone, and you're leaving with an attitude. Sit down." Her heart hammered. People were staring, but no one stepped in. Ava turned, grabbed her purse, and walked toward the exit. Her heels clicked loudly, echoing her racing heartbeat. "Ava!" Greg shouted behind her. "Get back here." She pushed through the restaurant doors and stepped into the cold night air. Rain had started to fall lightly, small droplets glistening under the streetlights. She wrapped her arms around herself and hurried down the soaked sidewalk, but she heard footsteps, fast ones. She didn't dare look back. "Ava, stop walking." Greg's angry voice cut through the night. "I'm not done talking to you." Her breath hitched. She finally glanced back. He was coming toward her, face red with rage. Ava's pulse exploded. She stumbled backward, nearly falling. She darted down the nearest side street, clutching her purse, praying someone would help, praying her phone would buzz with a text from Maya. She wasn't used to being alone without bodyguards. She had insisted on coming tonight by herself. "I want to be normal, just once," she'd said. Now she regretted it. Her heels slipped on the wet concrete, her dress clung to her legs, rain streaked down her face, mixing with tears she didn't realize were falling. Greg's voice grew closer. "Ava. Don't make me chase you." She ran into the open street at the same moment a pickup truck came speeding around the corner. A horn blared, headlights blinded her. She froze, terrified. The tires screeched, the truck swerved. It stopped just inches from her knees. A door flew open. A man jumped out, tall, broad-shouldered, wearing a worn flannel jacket and jeans. His hair was messy like he'd been rushing. His eyes, deep brown and soft, locked onto hers with urgent concern. "Are you okay?" he asked. Ava couldn't answer, her breath was stuck, her legs trembled violently. Then he saw Greg approaching from behind, shouting. The man's face hardened instantly. "Get in the truck," he said. Not yelling. Not panicking. Just firm, calm, protective. Ava obeyed without thinking. The man slammed the door behind her, rushed to the driver's seat, and sped off. Rain hammered the windshield. The truck rumbled through the dark streets. Ava sat curled in the passenger seat, shaking uncontrollably, her hair dripping, mascara streaked down her cheeks. The man spoke softly, "You're safe. I'm not gonna let him near you." His voice wrapped around her like a blanket. "I'm Ethan," he added. She looked at him, jawline strong, eyes warm, hands steady on the wheel. "Ava," she whispered. He gave her a small, gentle smile. "Well, Ava, looks like you had one hell of a night." A tear slipped down her cheek. He didn't stare. Didn't pry. Just drove. 5 minutes later, the truck pulled up to a cozy diner glowing warm yellow in the cold rain. Inside, through the window, a little girl with dark hair was sitting in a booth doing homework. Ethan nodded toward her. "My daughter, Lily. Couldn't leave her alone, so I brought her with me when I got called into work." Ava watched him walk in, watched Lily beam and run into his arms, watched him hold her gently, like she was the most precious thing in the world. The sight made something inside Ava break open. He returned to the door and held it open for her. "Come on inside," he said softly. "Let's get you warm." That was the moment Ava knew, her life had just shifted, and she didn't want it to shift back.